Welcome back to the God in the Gaps podcast. I'm David.
And I'm Ramsey.
And remember, if you guys like our content, please like and subscribe down below. Or you ain't never going to know. So, also, enable all notifications so you get all our. All
That was good.
Yeah.
I like that one.
So you get all our videos now, our shorts, as soon as they come up. So today, something that we want to talk about, since we bring this up often, is kind of like dating with discernment, right? As a Catholic persons, as a Catholic person, what do we do, right? Like, what do we do? How do we navigate life or dating life as Catholics, and how do we date, and how do we approach dating, and while maintaining our Catholic values, right? Because nowadays it's like you never really know. You can meet someone that's nice, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm a Satanist." Well, you probably, I mean, that's kind of obvious, you know what I mean? But that's a little extreme, is what I'm saying. That'd be kind of obvious, but let's use this as an example. You're someone who's in high school, right? And you know that you're Catholic, but you don't really know anything else outside of being Catholic, other than your interactions with your family and your friends. But then you start, once you're in high school, then you start branching out and meeting people. And when you start meeting people, you start meeting people who are maybe non-denominational Christians, or maybe they're atheists, maybe they're Protestant Christians, right? Like, how do you do it? Like, how do we? I guess that's not my question I'm trying to ask you, Ramsey, but like, well, actually, you actually have firsthand experience of that, right? So I'd kind of like your testimony on, like, and you kind of went through something similar like that too, right? Where it was like, in high school, and you're like, oh shoot, you knew you're Catholic, but then, you started exploring a little bit outside of the faith because of the people you interacted with.
So, I've experienced that before, right? Where, I mean, we both grew up Catholic. A little lukewarm, I will say.
Yeah.
But we did wake up. We did,
We didn't wake up.
we did wake up Catholic. We did grow up Catholic, and.
Hold on, wait. There's a
There's
hair.
a hair, isn't
Yeah,
there? I've been trying to find it, bro. I didn't know. Dude, I saw it. I was like,
Yeah, I'm like, it's right there. I just want to.
was it my hair?
It's your hair, right?
Oh, bro, I didn't freaking.
Did you get it? In your hat?
It was just sticking out of his hat, like.
Stick out of my hat.
Yeah.
But I could see it on the side of my eye. I was like, you...
Teeny tiny forehead.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, so we both grew up Catholic, right?
Yeah.
And, lukewarm. So it was... We knew Mass was Sunday. We knew that there was bread and wine.
Mm-hmm.
And we knew that we had to go on holidays. Right?
Yeah.
I mean...
Easter.
Yeah, Easter.
Easter.
But yeah, no, I mean, in high school specifically, there's, at least growing up for me, talking about your faith wasn't cool.
Mm-hmm.
As ridiculous as that sounds, it really wasn't. And so you're around people who either are different branch of Christianity, or they just don't talk about their faith in general, or maybe they're Catholic or they grew up Catholic and they find it to be very boring, so they don't say they're Catholic and they don't go to church and this, that, and the other. But yeah, I did. I was in a relationship at one point where she was like a non-denominational Christian. And, as you're in a relationship, right, regardless you're kids, so it's a little bit different, but either way, you're like, oh, well, let me make my significant other happy, right? Hey, come to church with me. And you're like, oh, well, what am I going to say? No. Like, so you go, and now you're experiencing these things, and it's a little bit different. So what I found very special now that I'm older about the Catholic faith is that reflecting on it a bit more, is I look back and I'm like, well, like I never stopped knowing that Catholicism was, should I say, superior? You know, um,
Here's the truth.
yeah, the truth. Yeah, that's the right word. Shame on me.
Superiority.
But um, sorry.
Hey, so how was that first-hand experience going to those like non-denominational churches?
Going to the churches. As someone who didn't practice the Catholic faith,
Uh,
it was. I mean, I think it's kind of what everybody says it is, right? Where, oh, like I feel God here, right? Like, oh, like this is so special. Like, I don't get this in the Catholic Church. I don't get this at Mass, you know, because I've been to like the chill non-denom church, but we've also went to the mega church, you know. So I've been to both at that time, and they both have their things, but at the end of it, like it's what everybody who converts to Catholicism say, and it's like it's all very self-centered, self how do you say, self-worshipped, it's all about me, how I feel.
yes.
Instead of it being like, well, I'm there to glorify Christ.
Yeah.
You know, my experience with those churches, it was very much that, like, oh my God, I feel so good. Like I don't get this at Mass, so like I don't like to go to Mass with my mom because this is where it's at.
Yep.
You know, this feeling like it's, and you know, not to. I've seen Father Mike Schmitz talk about it, where he's saying that it's not to say that the different branches of Christianity don't have that Christ doesn't dwell there, but the Catholic Church has the fullness of truth.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
so
I think we
Yeah.
saw the same video.
yeah.
Didn't you meet the Jesus Christ guy?
I did. No. So I didn't meet him.
No, you saw him.
Yeah,
Huh?
but I did see
You
him,
did see him.
and it bothered me. It bothered me because I don't know. I don't know if he's not all there. I don't know if it's a gimmick. I don't know.
I think.
But I know when I saw him, I was kind of pissed. I was like, bro, why are you mocking Christ? Yeah. And even at the time, my faith wasn't where it was at, but like nowhere near.
Your inner conviction.
But it was
like,
that
hey,
that,
yo,
that
dude, like, this doesn't seem right.
Yeah, bro. Like, what do you mean that like? And then like like the pastor like, oh yeah, give him a round of applause, and you're kind of like, we had like the Mayday Fair, bro. Like, what's going on here? You know, like I don't. Yeah.
What are we showing?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yes, it was.
I think I only been to one non-denom
Different.
church. When I think it was when Sid passed away. I think that was his name.
Yeah.
Yes, they were like, oh, let's. And this dude at the time, mind you, because I grew up Catholic, I had no idea that there was difference.
Really?
I do swear. So when we went to the church, like my expectations were like, why are we doing this? Why aren't we doing that?
Mm-hmm.
It was really strange. The St. Joseph's remains St. Joseph's. You know what I'm saying? We don't change just because someone says, I don't like what he's saying, so we're going to, you know what I'm saying? That's the fullness of truth, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No.
You know, Sacred Heart Church is always going to be Sacred Heart.
I think that's the beauty, right? Where it's like the Catholic faith, it's universal.
Yeah.
I know you've talked about it before, but like,
Yeah.
dude, you go to these different places for vacation, or you're just gonna go and visit, or you go on a pilgrimage, or whatever the reason is, you go out of the country.
Yeah.
You walk into a Catholic church in Japan. You walk into a Catholic church in Spain, in
Rome,
in anywhere, dude. Hawaii, like, you know, part of the U.S., but in Hawaii, you know, it's all the same.
Yeah, it is.
Everything in the mass is the same.
Yeah.
And that's where I feel like at that time I had conversations, not even just with like that relationship, but like even like friends at the time were they're like, oh yeah, well, we started going to this new church, and it's like, oh, like new church, like yeah, the one over here by the movie theaters. So I used to go to the one by the DMV, and it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, what was wrong with the DMV? Oh, well, it's because my parents and the pastor, they didn't get along, so we came over here to this one, and it's like, well, bro, like at the time, I didn't understand, but I was,
Something was off.
yeah, it felt weird. It felt different. I wouldn't say it felt wrong. It felt off.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like it's weird.
That's how I felt because I also have an experience where I dated outside of the faith. And she had invited me to her brother's wedding, and it was like a little non-denom church around the corner from my parents' house. Dude, they're the people that like they put drugs and alcohol and Jesus Christ, saves, and all over their cars. They like wrap it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
all
yeah.
letters and stuff,
Yeah.
and they drive around like that. I mean, which is kind of cool, right? But like, it's kind of, I don't know. I could settle for a bumper sticker, but not the whole car. You know what I mean? But like, when I went to the church again, I was like, this is weird, dude.
Yeah.
And in a way, it almost mimicked the Catholic Church, the wedding ceremony, which is kind of weird.
Really?
Where there was aras and the lasso, and all that stuff was in it, and but they just did it with I don't know, Pastor Miguel, because it was Hispanics, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, but yeah, it just felt like something was off, man. And then we went to the reception, and they brought the choir. They brought the choir. It was a trip, because you know what I mean, like the same hymns they sang in church. That's all they were singing throughout the reception.
Throughout
right?
the reception.
Yeah, throughout the reception. And it was strange. I was like, dude, I left. I was like, this is really weird. And maybe that was and it wasn't because the party was lame. No, man, I would have stayed. But maybe that conviction that I had was like, shoot, dude, like, you don't belong here, man. What are you doing here, man?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I'm so glad, like, when I found out that, Noemi was a practicing Catholic. Well, she wasn't, right? But she was leaning more towards Catholic. She's leaning more towards Catholic. And I was like, oh, cool. I kind of felt like I was at home.
Yeah, you didn't feel like this sense of like, is this gonna work? Like, well, I want to have kids one day. How's that gonna work?
Yeah, it's scary. Yeah, definitely, man.
know?
It's a scary thought. So that's why, like, we kind of want to talk about, like, I guess when you find someone who aligns with your same Catholic values and the same morals that we have, and who has the same outlook on life, on Catholicism, it just becomes much easier to make that choice of like, this is kind of the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with, because it's something that and it's something you said on a couple episodes ago was when you're getting married and you're bringing in Christ, right? You're bringing in God to the center of your guys' marriage. More importantly, more than anything, and that, you know what I mean. Like most of us see, and for a long time, dude, marriage in the Catholic Church, I thought it was the opposite of what it is. So I thought it was less of a sacrament and more of a elegant, like, oh, you got married at a church. That person has money. Because there's because a church is beautiful, right? That's the way I saw it, dude.
Crazy. I never.
That's the way I saw it. I was like,
That's a crazy way to
oh,
look at it. Yeah.
and that's why when we first got married in 2013, we just got married at someone's house, right? But it wasn't like someone's backyard with the grill there and their dogs.
Well, it's kind of the backyard.
It was a backyard, but it was like, but it had like a little reception area. That's not the point, right? Like, so the point of the marriages and stuff is, when we get married in the Catholic Church, we're celebrating a whole new Trinity, right? It is the husband, the wife, and God, all three of us together, becoming one flesh. It's really cool. And yeah, man, like for a long time, I saw that, like people that got married in the church were like, oh, these people had money. Like, I didn't even know that it actually doesn't even cost that much to get married in the church. If anything, it takes time.
Yeah.
Takes time, right?
It
Can
does.
you talk about a little bit about what you're going through right now?
Man.
Because I'm sure we went through the same classes, but our parishes differ. I think our parish made us go through family planning. You guys don't have to, dude.
So, okay, so, yeah.
You guys are
so
doing family planning,
every
right? Did they make you do a chart?
No. No.
Okay, we
Well,
dude.
and the difference is
Dude,
that
it
you
was-
guys were,
In person.
no, well, I think you guys were already married
Oh, we already married and with kids.
and with kids, bro.
Mm,
You guys got
oh.
the special education at the, you had to stay after class.
I had to stay after class.
Yeah, bro. Like, oh.
That's part of serve.
No, yeah. So I mean, when you're getting married in the Catholic Church, it's relatively all the same with all the parishes. It differs where so the diocese, at least the diocese of Sacramento, requires. I looked it up because I was kind of mad, and I was like,
I
but,
just wanted to get married.
but
No.
I looked it up, and it's I'm gonna look it up right now. I'm gonna look it up.
So when we did our family planning, it was multiple sessions, and it was. Oh,
Sorry, bro. I'm freaking looking it up.
no, you're fine.
Okay.
You go and keep looking it up while I'm filling in the time right here. So like our family planner was amazing. I think her name was. Yeah, she was wonderful. But like for me as the man, it was very awkward because they were talking about things that I never even understood or knew, and I was just like, what? And it was actually a lot of positive information. And what kind of blew my mind was when people were like, science and the faith kind of go hand in hand, right? And right, the God of the gaps, right? When something can't be explained by science, then it must be God, right? Yeah. Anyways, but the thing is that like when she was speaking about how to plan families or just kind of navigate that really difficult topic of contraception, right? Because we're pro-life, so contraception is tough, right? Contraception can cover a wide variety of things, from tying your tubes, vasectomies, condoms, the pill, the patch, the shot. You know what I mean? The shot. Boom.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, but yeah, it's just like you're supposed to be able to, like, the human body. I mean, it's the perfect blueprint. God made us, and we're supposed to be able to like tell when we can and can't reproduce. Yeah, so that's pretty much what we learned in our family planning sessions that we had.
Yeah. Yeah, so we also had to take the natural family planning. We had to take the wedding classes. That's what it's called, right? Marriage classes?
Marriage prep?
Marriage prep classes.
Pre-can.
See, so I was under the impression that that's all we needed to take. Because we had all of our documents in order, which
Yeah.
is your baptism, your confirmation.
Communion's you, right? No? Oh no.
No.
I know confirmation is one of the most.
Because you can't have confirmation without first communion.
Oh yeah.
You can have your baptism without the. Yeah, so your baptism, your first confirmation, your
Throwback.
your baptism, your confirmation,
Yep.
and your birth certificate, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I thought it was just those 3 docs from each person, and the NFP class and the marriage prep class, and I was like, cool, sick, because that's what we got from the impression of having the meeting with our priest. And then we finished, and then it was like, oh, you guys got to take another class. And it was like, no, we took the classes. And it's like, no, actually the diocese says that if the priest wants you to take another class,
Yeah.
it's very much encouraged. And
Shut the front door.
it
Does it
does.
say
Yeah, it does. That's why I got mad at myself, because I was already mad.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes.
But I get how frustrating it is because you feel like you see the light at the end of the tunnel, and then there's just another like roadblock for you in the way. It's like I don't want to say roadblock, but there's just something else, another hurdle you have to jump.
I think it's, yeah.
You thought you were there, you're like, bro, I'm right.
That's what it feels like, right? Where you're, I mean, dude, it's already a pain in the booty to get these documents, because they're not, at least for me, to get the documents from now this parish, and then now you're from this parish. So now it's like this whole waiting thing, and so it's kind of like, bro, you know.
And it has to
It's a
come
lot.
sealed. Yeah, and it has to come
So you
sealed.
can't even check if it's like, oh, did they send the right stuff? Like, you know. But, you know, it's just kind of a lot that goes into it. And then at the time, I was kind of like, dude, like, I'm over it, right? But then after further reflection, after praying, after getting
Yeah.
upset, I guess, you know, you start to realize, like, okay, like, there's structure in the church, and it's not just to have authority. What it's also there for is to, I guess the way I see it is, it's like, hey, like, as a parent, like, like, you're my child, like, you don't want to do this, but you need to understand, like, I know that this is good for you.
Yeah.
And so hearing, you know, our priest say, like, no, like, I please try, I want you to take this class. Yeah. It makes me feel like, dude, you know what, like, you know what, Lord, like, maybe you're the one that wants us to take the class. Maybe it's not him. Maybe it's you, you know. And so it's like,
Yeah.
you know what, God, like, fine, we'll take the class. And so it's I wouldn't say it's a lot. I would say they're important steps that are there, that are put in place for a reason.
Yeah. It's almost kind of like if you really want to do this, you're going to do it regardless, right? Because this is the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with, alongside with God. So you're just going to have to, like, and we get it. We're excited. We're like, man, I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with this person. And you're just like, why do I have to take this class?
Yeah, no, and that's what it feels like, right? And I think the
know?
importance that our faith has shows of marriage is it's not, you're not just getting together with this person because
Yeah.
you've been together for so long and now you're ready to spend the rest of your lives together. Like, yeah, that's a beautiful thing, but the importance of it, the sacrament in it, right, where it's like, dude, like now it's your duty, now it's your duty to get each other to heaven.
Yes.
So it's like, dude, how big of a responsibility is that to not only check yourself in your faith,
Yeah.
but check your significant other in their faith.
Yeah, 100%. And, you know, something that I reflect upon a lot is, especially as a Catholic family, is something that your dad told me once. I think the last time I saw her, not at the quince, but before that, at the first communion party. She was like, hey, as the man, you have to be the leader in the faith. And I was like, yeah, of course. Like, I feel like I'm the one that's, you know, she's like, no, it's not just about going to church. It's about prayer. It's about raising your kids right in the faith, and, you know, praying the rosary and doing all these things. Because if you notice, especially in Hispanic households, a lot of times, especially mine, when I grew up, my dad never, and I'm always like, Dad, come on, let's go to church. Come on, Dad, let's go. And I'll see his friends there, and they'd be like, David, how you doing? You know, and I'd be like, hey, ¿cómo andas? You know, how you doing? And he's like, where's your dad? Bro, I'm trying. I'm trying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm trying. I'm trying to be that leader, even though, you know, mathematically, or I guess age-wise, he's my dad, right? Like, he's my dad. He's supposed to be the one who's going, hey, son, are you going to church? But I guess I'm just taking up that role, is what I'm trying to say, is that leader in the faith. And if I see that my family's not, you know, going, I should feel obligated to, you know, tell them, like, hey, I'm not going to make them, but I'm just going to gently nudge them in the right direction and be like, hey, you should go. Like, you should go to Mass. And I think the last time he only went because it was Father's Day. And, you know what I'm saying? We get our special blessing. But, hey, man, if I got him in there, bro, I was like, Dad, let's go. And he's like, oh, yeah? I was like, dude, fathers get special blessings today. And he's like,
Gets up real
okay.
quick.
He's like, okay, hey, man, if that's what it takes, you know, I'm not lying to him. We really do get blessings. Mothers get it on, you know, veterans on Veterans Day get, you know, blessings. It's just one of those things. But, man, if you can kind of just, it's almost like fishing, right? You're going to cast that line into the water 10, 20 times. But out of at least one of those times, you're going to catch a fish. And that's kind of what we're trying to do, right?
You're a true angler or not?
Oh yeah.
I'm an obtuse angler. That's for Freddie.
Dude, so
Yeah.
like, but yeah, man, like, heck yeah, dude, bro, I didn't know there was terminology for
I
that.
didn't know that either.
Cause I do that, and then sometimes I'll do like a side cast.
Yeah, so I guess they're not called fishermen, they're called anglers.
Oh yeah,
I thought they were flyers. He's like, bro, it's called anglers.
fly
like-
fishing maybe.
No. Like,
No.
I just thought the word was flyer.
Oh,
Cause like,
oh.
because I've seen angler and I got confused. Thought it was flyer, and so I was like, dude, let's go to Bass Pro. He's like, real anglers don't go to Bass Pro. A bunch of posers over there.
Where do
And
they
I'm like,
go?
To like Walmart.
That's valid.
Walmart.
Dude,
Outdoorsman.
Walmart was legit.
Yeah, it says dude, like it's cheap and like you can get all the good stuff there,
Mm-hmm.
all that you need.
They have Rapala,
Mm-hmm.
Panther Martins, Rooster Tails, dude. Those are some of the best, especially the Rooster Tails, man. Those are some of the best, trout fishing lures that you can get,
Mm-hmm.
and the Panther Martins too. Anyways,
Back to the bot.
hey, but you know what? It's relevant
It is.
because in Mark, Jesus tell us that He's gonna make us fishers of men. So
Follow me.
yeah, and I will make you fishers of men.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another one of my favorite scriptures. But you know, you know what I mean, like navigating, the dating life, and especially in this modern day world where everything is a distraction. Especially, you could be just minding your business on TikTok, and then you see some girl showing her boobies, and you're like, ah, and it's not even like full nude boobies, but it's like that's just the devil like trying to distract you, right, dude? Like,
Yeah.
hey, like you could be full on in your faith, and all of a sudden your algorithm just throws a curveball at you, and you're like, whoa, he's just he's fishing too. Same way as we're fishing for men, he's fishing for us too. Excuse me. And we just have to use our discernment, right? Dating with discernment. We have to use our discernment and be like, is this really good for me? Something my brother Ramsey had said before is, do I really want to do something and take Christ there with me? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're scrolling on TikTok or on Instagram or something, and you're seeing, Jesus is right there next to you watching your feed, like, would you be like, is he okay with you watching this?
Yeah. No, I mean,
100%, right?
Yeah.
And you just gotta, maintain the faith. Be strong. Be strong-willed. I know lust is one of the most one of the hardest sins that a lot of Christians struggle with, bro. Lust it's hard. It's a literal sin of the flesh. It's literally fleshly pleasures. It's kind of like in the Chosen, they're like, oh, when they found Mary Magdalene, and they're like, oh, she's from the red quarter. We don't want to mess with him because they know what goes on in the red quarter, right? Ungodly things and things like that. And we don't we don't want to be like that. Our body is a temple, and we're gonna want to save it. We make mistakes, right? We make mistakes, but if you're if you know what you're supposed to do, and you're purposely doing things that you're supposed to do, and living a lustful life, and it's I guess a good example of living a lustful life is like people who live those kind of lives are never happy. Right? They're always striving for the win. They're never happy. They're just like, dude, they're always chasing the next high, I guess, if that makes sense. The next woman, the next woman, the next man, the next man. And it's never enough. It's never enough. So you just keep going and keep going. And eventually, if your conviction, is deep enough, or it finally just hits you, if you hit rock bottom, then you're like, dude, why did I do this? Like, I should have never done this. Because we're meant to, like it says in Genesis, and like it says in Genesis, right? Man, two people become one flesh. Man and woman become one flesh, and we're not meant to be shared. We're meant to share with each other, share our lives together.
No, and I think that's where it's like dating with discernment, right? Where I know a few people where they're, I mean, they grew up believing in God,
Yeah.
and it wasn't really a priority, and it wasn't even so much that they purposely put it on the back burner. It was more of like, well, whether they want to admit it or not. I mean, Satan was. We've talked about it before, where
Yeah.
it's like he doesn't need to. He doesn't need to pull you away. He just needs to distract you.
Yeah.
So it's like being distracted for years and years of this and of that and of this and of that, and I mean, unintentionally, you're chasing the next high, like unaware of it, like that's
Yeah.
what you're doing. Um, and so yeah, so these people, I've talked to them before, and they're trying to prioritize their faith now, and it's become very difficult because, dude, now they're aware of the sins they've committed. Now they're aware of the struggles that they really do struggle with, and it's no longer, oh well, I'm just pleasing myself. It's, hey buddy, like that's no,
Yeah.
like that's not for you,
Yeah.
because now you're trying to prioritize your faith. Now you're learning more about Christ. Now,
Yeah.
now instead of it being all about you and what you want, Christ is there now.
Yep.
And now it's like, well, I don't really understand this completely, but I know that God would want me to do this. So it's like that is now changing your direction of the decision that you make, right? It's that discernment, it's that conviction that you're receiving.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh man, like it gets harder and it gets harder and it gets harder because the devil is trying to bro, like he's seeing that you're trying.
Yeah.
And now it's no longer, oh well, I already have him, like I'm not gonna bother him with a bad life.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh, you're trying to follow Christ? It's like, well damn, well
That's
now I
when
need
he
to go
picks
to
at you the
work.
hardest, bro.
And it's really hard.
Ew, dude. Yeah, I hate that, bro. Because
It's really hard, yeah.
yeah, when we first started prioritizing our faith as a married couple, dude, everything, it was like jarring. You know how like some people live in the city, and at first, the noise doesn't bother them, right? So it's like the horns honking, the people yelling, "Hey, I'm walking here," right? Or freaking the lights. Nothing bothers them, right? Because they're ignorance is bliss. They don't know. They don't know. But once they start waking up and everything's like and you're like, oh. So same thing happens when you start prioritizing your faith. Everything becomes louder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you start going to church, and if you struggle with lust, now you're starting to see people more like, oh, what's that lady got on over there? You know what I mean? Like, it's like it's crazy, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
right? Or if you're if I don't know what other example to use. I guess
Well, an example would be like,
because even demons roam in the churches, bro.
yeah.
100%.
No, yeah.
They're
yeah.
always they're on the prowl.
Well, here's another thing, right? Where it's like, you abstinence, right? Where you're like, well, okay, well, let me save myself for marriage.
Yeah.
And you guys are in a relationship.
Oh shoot.
Like that's like where you both are trying, right? Because you both are like, okay, well, we know Christ now, right? We don't completely understand everything. We're not very knowledgeable when it comes to history. Maybe we don't know all of it, but we know that Christ died for our sins, and we know to put our faith in Him, and we know that we want to grow closer to Him.
Yeah.
Well, one step is, I mean, we're having sex outside of marriage, so it's like, hey, maybe we stop. You know, that sense of conviction, we stop. It's okay. Well, now you're taking that step forward, which is great. It's a beautiful thing, right? But now that you're taking that step, the devil sees what you're doing, and now he's like, let's make it even harder.
Oh my God.
And so now you're having even more temptations. Now you're having arguments because now there's this tension that's starting to be built up.
Yeah.
And it's like that tension wouldn't be there if the devil wasn't such an asshole.
Yeah, dude.
You know?
For real, dude.
So you start to have arguments. You start to then point the finger and say it's your fault. No, it's your fault. Well, we're struggling because of you, and now it's because of you, and it gets hard, bro. I mean, you see it all the time, and anybody who has faith in Christ will say that their life has gotten harder when they truly start to prioritize their faith, because Dude, the devil was working OT.
Yeah, man, and we've talked about it before, where he's like, oh, you know what it's like to to experience sex. You know what it's like to to do whatever you want, like. And then he starts, instead of prioritizing your needs, he starts to want to prioritize your wants, and he starts throwing everything in your face, man. It could be anything. It could be a billboard. Like I used to have like a really bad anger problem, and every once in a while I'll slip up, right? But like, as of the time of this recording, someone hit my car today. They hit my car. No, but it wasn't a big deal. Like, I think the old me, bro, I would have dragged that guy out of the driver's seat. But like, it was the strangest feeling, because I remember it clear as day this morning. Like, as soon as he hit my car, a wave of anger kind of like hit me, and all I wanted to do was yell like, "Hey, yo, bro! Like, don't you see where you're freaking driving, bro? Like, it's 2026. Like, why don't you have a freaking backup camera, dog? Like, what's wrong with you, right? Like, everything in the sun." I wanted to say everything,
Yeah.
but I shut my mouth, dude. I gave it all to God, bro. I was like, dude, Lord, please help me be patient right now. And then, good thing I did, because as soon as the man walked out, he was like, oh shoot, he was freaking sweating. He's like, oh, he was like spitting everywhere when he was talking. He just couldn't hold it together. And he was just so worried. And I was like, man, I looked at my car, I looked at him, and I was like, man, is it really like? And I told him, I was like, man, please relax. Like, it's okay. You're fine. I'm fine. You know what I mean? It's no big deal. This is earthly possession. This right here, right? Our mic, earthly possession. Our camera that we're recording on, everything. We're not taking this when we go, right? And so I like took a step back, and I was like, dude, let's work it out. Let's figure it out. And I'm kind of glad I did. Like, I probably made his day. Did it ruin my day? Not really either, because I kind of let it go, man. I let it go. And I think the old me would have just been so upset. I would have let it dictate the rest of my day. I would have let Satan take over and just be like, bro, that guy, that bald-headed dude, he freaking hit you, bro. Dude, that guy, oh, what was he even thinking? Why is his insurance expired? Why isn't he not freaking paying his bills? Or, he would have just been throwing everything at me to keep me away from the goal, which is forgiveness.
Yeah.
Right? In the Bible, it says, forgive seven times. Well, how many more times? Times 77, right? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
7 times 7.
7 times 7, right?
7 times 70.
70 times 70.
No,
7 times 70?
7 times.
What is this? A tongue twister?
No, 70 times 7. 7 times 70? You get the gist.
Yes. And I just pretty much, because at first I think it's Peter, right? Like, how many times?
Yeah, how many
it's
times
Peter.
must I forgive? And Christ is like 70 times 7. Yeah. 7 times.
What he's implying is that it's every time.
Yeah, it's that sense of limitless forgiveness. Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
And the same thing goes for in a relationship. As Catholics, we need to learn. We slip up. We make mistakes with our spouses. Maybe we lie about finances, or maybe we didn't do what we're supposed to do. Maybe my wife said, hey, this house needs to be spotless because we're going over the weekend or whatever. And then I'm like, I'm just not going to do it. Right? Like, yeah. Because then, your other half is relying on you. And we need to, same way as we're trying to come through for Christ, we need to come through for our significant other. Because remember, when we're getting married through the Catholic Church, we're entering God into our lives. He's going to be the center of our marriage. And we need to act like that. We need to act. So if I'm going to respect God, I also need to respect my wife. And vice versa. Yeah. She needs to respect me, and we need to respect each other, pretty much. And yeah, it's just staying, God first, and then us, second is, I think, the most important thing, because once you start straying away from the faith, like for example in Matthew, oh, this is Job. In Matthew chapter 19, page 1229. We actually got this engraved in our rings. Matthew chapter 19, verse verse 6. Or actually, I'm going to read a little bit before that because I actually have verse 6, which is, so they are no longer two but one. What therefore God has joined together, let no man put asunder. But if you read more context right before that, he says, have you not read that he who made them from the beginning made them male and female, and said, for this reason a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one. So they are no longer two but one. What therefore God has joined together, let no man put asunder. So there's that Trinity, because we're Trinitarian, right? There's that Trinity: God, man, and woman. And it's just, we need to try to focus on God because he created us. We are his perfect blueprint, and we just gotta, I mean, a blueprint is meant to be followed step by step. You know, they're instructions pretty much. They're like, how do you, houses have blueprints, cars have blueprints. It's where everything goes. And, if this is what Jesus said, and it is the truth. It is the truth, and we just got to remember we got to stay Christ-centered, God-centered. And yeah, man. Yeah, I really like that verse.
Yeah, I like that verse a lot. I think it's man, like the importance of I mean, in a way, picking the right partner, right? There's something that we're gonna talk about, right? Where it was like being Catholic and then dating someone who may not be Catholic, right? That's something where it's like, okay, is that going to be an issue? As a practicing Catholic, would it be an issue for me to date someone outside the Catholic faith? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like that. I mean, to simplify it, to make it short, yes, but who's to say that God didn't put you in their lives to bring them to the faith? You know what I mean? Like there's this there shouldn't be judgment towards it, but there should be awareness.
Yeah.
There should be clarification. There should be the truth. You're not gonna lie. Let's say your son, right? Let's say he, when he gets older, he's like, oh, Dad, there's this girl that I really like. She's awesome. She's sweet, whatever. And you're like, oh, okay, cool. Like, hey, you know what, son? Like, tell her to come to mass with us. Oh, well, she's not Catholic. And, maybe at first thought, maybe you had a rough day. You're like, no, not gonna happen. Whatever. You lose that screw. Whatever it is, right? Like, the immediate reaction, you're like, nah. But like, there should be conversation about it.
Yeah.
Because we're so easy as human beings to, it's that pride, right? Where we think that we're right all the time. And even though, we try so hard and we put God first and we're doing everything we can to get closer to him, we always fall short. We always fall short.
Yeah.
So it's like letting go of that pride to be like, okay, let's Lord, like, help me with this. Like, I don't know what to do. I know that this is the one true faith. Like, how can I tell my son who is in love with this girl, who, maybe she's great, but, like, how do I tell him, like what do I do about this, right? And it's like, that's where, just like he's coming to you, like, you go to your Father. Like, you go to God himself, and you're like, God, like, I need help.
Prayer.
Yeah. And it's like, we can't be so quick to say no. Because we don't really truly understand what God does, why he does it, when he does it. And that's that fullness of surrender, right? Where you're saying, like, Lord, let your will be done. I don't understand what's going on, or I don't understand the situation. Like, please, Father, like, just let your will be done. If you're gonna use me, use me. If I'm gonna be the one that gets used, let it be done,
Use me as an example, man. And like, and I think that's what the beauty is of the Catholic Church, because right as of the dating of this recording, another schism has happened in the Catholic Church with SSPX, And the reason why I bring this up is because SSPX is an ultra conservative, Catholic right wing church where they're like, no, we don't want to welcome LGBTQ. We don't want to welcome anything. They're kind of like they're on a one lane highway. They want to go in that direction, and that's it. But you know, we're supposed to welcome everybody. We're supposed to welcome everybody. And when we're in doing so, when we're so welcoming and loving to our brothers and sisters, now that doesn't mean that we have to accept the way they are, but the ultimate goal of it by welcoming others into our church, like, hey, I want to be like these guys. These guys are full of love. They're telling me when I'm wrong, but they're not making me feel bad about it. Like, I want to follow these people. I want to be like them. You know what I mean? And you know, with SSPX and the schism thing, where they're like, no, like, you know what I mean? We don't want it to be like this. We can't welcome anybody in our church unless you're Catholic, blah blah, whatever. Like, no, like I know a friend of mine whose daughter is dating, and they take they take her boyfriend. He's not religious at all, but he goes to mass.
That's
And
important.
I'm like, that's really cool.
Yeah, because
I think that's great, dude.
Yeah, you're planting the seed, right? Mm-hmm. Where it's like, dude, you don't like.
Yeah, it might not be next year. Who knows? Maybe they'll break up in a few months or something, or maybe it's a long term thing. But then you plant the seed, and we want to do right like the parable of the sower. We want to make sure that we do it in a loving manner and make sure that it's in rich, faithful soil so that it takes root. And we don't want to plant that seed on a rocky, hard foundation of no, or you know what I mean, or actually, yeah, I guess so, or in anger, like, which is represented by thorns, right? Because in that parable, they're also thorns are represented, and they all take root, but eventually they wither away and die. But we want to welcome those who want to come to our church.
We always say, right, like the beauty in the Catholic faith, but it's like, dude, like this isn't just church that you go to. Like, it's mass. Like Jesus is present in the body. Jesus' body and blood is present in the bread and wine.
Yeah.
Like he's there, dude. Like it's not just church. It's not just a Bible study. It's not just reminding you, hey, Christ loves you. Like, those are all beautiful things,
Yeah.
but it's like this is special.
Yeah.
And dude, I pray for my friends that aren't Catholic. I pray for my acquaintances. I pray for
the world.
I pray for the world, right? But
Yeah.
but specifically, like specific prayers. Like, I pray for people who
For sure.
who denounce the faith. Like, I pray for my dad.
Yeah.
Like, he's a
Yeah.
J-dub. But I pray for my dad that that he,
Shout out Watchtower.
I pray for my dad that that he comes back to the faith. And it's like,
Yeah, man.
you have all these people that you love and that you pray for, that they see, that they're able to witness the fullness of Christ and the fullness of truth, and bro, for them to just see it more than just standing up and kneeling, standing up and sitting, standing up and now reciting something. Like, it's more than just that. It's more than just everyone be quiet. It's bro, it's something so beautiful, something so profound, something that is so true that nothing can bring the church down. Nothing can ever make the one true church fall. Nothing.
Yeah.
Not the great schism, not this schism, not leftists telling the church that they're wrong because they're against this and against that, which are their beliefs. Nothing, dude. Even the problems that go on in the church themselves, nothing can bring it down. Why? Because this is a church that Christ founded, and if this is not the church that Christ founded, then he lied.
Yeah. Well, our church is founded on love, more importantly, right? And so, that we're on this topic about finding relationships and stuff like that. And, Christ is love. He loved everybody. Even when they came to arrest him and Peter cut off the homie's ear, he was like, dude, don't. And he fixed the soldier's ear.
Yeah.
He didn't come at it from a combatant's perspective. He came at it from someone with the perspective of love. And most importantly, that's what the Catholic Church is. Then in every homily, Christ loved you for and even was John 3:16, right?
For Christ so loved the world that he gave his only son.
God.
Yeah. Oh,
I was like,
take that out. For God so loved the world. God.
for God so loved
Yeah.
the world that he. Oh gosh, it's on the back of my phone. Bam! For God so loved the world that he sent his only begotten Son, that whosoever believe in him
Oh,
should not perish but have everlasting life.
Forgive me, Father. That's crazy.
That's a very common one. I feel like we should know it, but it's you trip up on the words because you want to get it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like our church, the Catholic Church, is founded on love, and even when it feels like you're like my brother Ram says, plankton squished, right? Plankton squished, bro, and you feel like dirt, but and they tell you stop doing that, find Christ, but then right after they were like, here, Christ he's reaching out and he's saying, take my hand.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. That's just the message that I get every time. Every time it's like, dude, in the beginning of some of the homilies, dude, you're getting beat up, and sometimes it feels like they're talking about you, and you're like, whoa. And sometimes the priest will look at you, like this past weekend. Oh, dude, he was like, he got into like a little mini homily before the mass even started, and then I felt like he was looking at me. I forgot what he was saying because I felt so much shame. I was like, it's like he's freaking looking at me.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's like we said, right? It's not about bashing on others and saying you're wrong, you're this, you're that. It's about, hey, you're wrong, and that's okay. But I'm here to help you. Like, I'm here to help you. Like Jesus Christ told me to love, to love. Well, God said love thy neighbor, but I mean Jesus is God, so. So you know what I mean. We have to love our neighbor, whether it's the guy who hit me today. I could have been angry at him, but I loved him. I said, hey, you know what? It's okay, dude. I'm not mad. You're fine, bro. Guy almost died of a heart attack today. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Because that's just, see, when you encounter other people who don't have Christ in their life, their emotions are amplified. They're quicker to anger. God is the opposite. He's quick to love, but slow at anger. And when you don't have God in your life, bro, you're the opposite. You're quick to anger, but slow to love.
Yeah. And on that topic of love, right, where, man, if you're single right now, if you're, wanting to find love, wanting to find your significant other, I think, I'm not perfect, right, but, like, some advice that I have is, dude, focus on your faith.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not right with Christ, if you're not solidified on what really matters, like if you're not grounded, if your foundation is not Christ, if your cornerstone is not Christ,
Yeah. Throwback.
it's not gonna work, dude.
Yep.
And if you're in a relationship right now, and if you're struggling, if both you and your partner are struggling with each other because you're partially trying, dude, like, give it all. Like, just give it all to him, right? It may feel like you giving it to him is only making things worse, and now there's more problems ever since you started going to church, since you started reading your Bible. Like, just hang on. Like, dive deeper. Try harder. Give it more.
Yeah.
And you'll see Christ working. Like, again, so many things happen in our lives, and we don't understand why. And sometimes we blame God, and that's not fair for him. I was talking to one of my friends earlier today, and I was like, dude, like this is not your doing, but it is your responsibility. So if something bad happens, God is good. he's not bad. If it's bad, it's on you because us as human beings, we see something, we lose our job, we lose our house, we lose our kids, we lose loved ones, and we start to think like, oh man, like life is so hard, like God is taking us away from me, like he's so bad, he's so mean, and it's like no. Those thoughts, those are coming from you.
Yeah.
Like it's not your doing. Any good that comes into your life, any blessing, like that's not your doing. Yes, you need to take the step forward, but none of it is because of you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I told him, I said, it's not your doing, but it is your responsibility. Like,
Yep.
take accountability for everything, for all the things that you are dealing with that are hard. Like just take it.
Yeah.
Because Jesus sacrificed himself for you. Like he suffered and he died on that cross for you being dirty. Like
Plankton squished on.
plankton squished on, like you are a dirty little boy. Like you are dirty. And
Yeah.
and he did all that for you. He took on that responsibility for you.
Yeah.
Dude, he was 100% man, 100% God, and he never sinned. He never did any of the little dirty things that you do all the time. Like, nothing like you.
Behind closed doors.
Like,
My internet's on incognito mode. Surely he cannot see this. Right? No, but I hate that argument, dude, where people go, well, if God is so good, why does there cancer? And it's like, dude, stop. Like, dude, that argument is so invalid, bro. Or the other argument that I see a lot lately is, if God knew that Adam and Eve was gonna sin, why did he put the tree? Why did he put the forbidden fruit there? Right. That's a very easy answer if you have faith, right? It's a very easy answer, because, and this is answering the Adam and Eve question. He's like, God gave us free will to want to choose Him. Because what's the point of? Because then at that point, is that really true love? If you're not gonna choose someone, right?
it's not.
What's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point if you're gonna force someone to obey you and love you? And so, like, yeah, dude, that argument where it's like, well, God isn't good because I lost my job. Somebody hit my car today, right? Like, God he can't be good because if He's an all-loving God, then, this and that and yada yada. That's not a good argument. That's just you making excuses for not wanting to surrender.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's.
Look at Job, dude. He was like, bro, after one slap after another, he was like, thank you, God.
Yeah,
For real,
he
dude.
never cursed God.
Nah,
he
dude.
never did, and it's like.
Well, he got beat
I mean,
down.
that's a good example for us to follow, right? Where it's like, regardless of what happens, to just say thank you, like, and oh man, like, if your relationship lasts 2 years max, thank you, Lord. If you get married and then she dies the next day, thank you, Lord.
Yeah. You gave me the opportunity to get married.
Dude, like, they're all blessings, and we don't understand a lot of the blessings, and we need to say thank you regardless of it.
Yeah, dude, all the crazy stuff that be happening to me, it's like that. I'm just like, dude, thank you, God. Oh, I got a flat tire? Thank you, God. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, sometimes you're reluctant to say it because it's unfortunate. It's a burden. It's a hassle. It's almost like, actually, when me and my wife had a rough patch, which is kind of weird, early on, like halfway through our marriage, the first thing that I did was like, all right, like, let's start fresh. Let's, unconsciously, I was like, let's go to church. Like, God was pulling me His way, His direction, without me even knowing why. I was like, well, I kind of just, to me, I thought I was like, this will get her off my back. Right? I'm trying, I'm doing something. But little did I know, over time, that seed was planted. Like, He started pulling me closer, and then boom, next thing you know, man, we're married in the church, and we're volunteering for things in the church where we're getting closer to our faith. Our kids are growing up much better because of it as well. Much better because they see our faith and they understand. To them, it's like, it's beautiful. It's not like, I mean, we still get the occasional groans. Like, I see people that go, if your kid has a choice, if you're taking your kids to church and they don't want to be there, that's abuse. I'm like, no, bro. If I want my kids to be healthy and we're eating food at the dinner table, I'm not gonna let them eat just freaking candy. I'm gonna give them, some meat, some veggies, good stuff for them to eat. I'm not just gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna give them whatever they want because if they don't like it, no. Our Father. I mean, even our Father, God, He sent out 10 Commandments. He laid out rules and establishments, things that we have to follow so that we can, be good human beings.
Yeah.
We can't just, dude. Side rant. My bad.
Nah, I don't know. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's. I think at times like we need to be disciplined, right? Sometimes the Lord will remove something from our lives for a short period of time, until we see where we went wrong, or we've been doing wrong our whole lives, and it's like, hey, like time's up, buddy. Like it's time to correct you. 'Cause I
Yeah.
need you for something more. And I guess we can roll into today's saint,
Yeah, Saint
Saint
Paul,
you know.
aka Saul.
Yeah, and so on that, right, where it's like rolling into it, it's you have Saint Paul. He, like you said, was once named Saul,
Yeah.
and I guess you want to tell the story
So
how that happened.
actually, if you want to go, it's in Acts, yeah. Chapter 3.
I don't know off the top of
I
my head.
think it's chapter 3. Nope. Here it is. It's chapter 7.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's chapter 7. Simon the Magician. What's up, boy? So, Saul was Saul, aka Saint Paul, was he was a mercenary. He was pretty much like a hired hand that would, he was out there, killing Christians at the time. And Stephen was martyred he actually got stoned by Saul. And in Acts chapter 7, verse 59, it says, "And as they were stoning Stephen, he prayed, 'Lord Jesus, receive my spirit.' And he knelt down and he cried out with a loud voice, 'Lord, do not hold this sin against them.'" Which is very similar to what like Jesus Christ had said on his final moments on the cross, which is admirable, right? This is what, the beauty of being a martyr comes from, where, you're not renouncing your faith. But after he had been martyred, Saul was on his way. Shoot, where was he, man? Where was he going? Oh, he was going to Damascus. And he was on his way to kill more Christians. And here in chapter 9, it's called the conversion of Saul. And right here it says, "But Saul, still breathing threats and murder against the disciples of the Lord, went to the high priest and asked him for letters to the synagogues at Damascus, so that if he found any belonging to the way, men or women, he might bring them bound to Jerusalem. Now as he journeyed, he approached Damascus. And suddenly a light from heaven flashed about him, and he fell to the ground and heard a voice saying to him, 'Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me?' And he said, 'Who are you, Lord?' And he said, 'I am Jesus, whom you are persecuting. But rise and enter the city, and you will be told what you are to do.'" He blinded him, didn't he?
Yeah, so he was blind for 3 days. Yeah, dude. So it's like,
Yeah.
think about it, bro. Like you were good at what you did. Like one of the best,
Mm-hmm.
And not to say it was good, right? But
No.
but you were one of the best, and it's like now the Lord just took your sight. So it's like, well, now you're nothing.
You imagine
know,
you're
like-
like, "Bro, I'm gonna kill me some Christians," and then a freaking light hits you. Oh, dude, you're like, boom! It's like in a rave, right? And the freaking strobe light just keeps in your face. Yeah, dude, literally, bro, just
Yeah, so he lost his sight for 3 days. Yeah, and um,
oh shoot,
I mean, it's a way of God correcting you. Where
yeah,
it's like, hey, bro, like you are wrong, and it's time to make you right. Um, and that's where I don't know if you want to get into that or if you want to kind of
well, yeah, I mean, so after that, he started ministering for Jesus Christ, and a lot of the New Testament are letters from Paul to different cities, different peoples who were because they had sent many people out to minister, but he was out there correcting people. I think like Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, Romans. Dude, all these books were written, or the letters are, written to, and they're so lovely because in the beginning of almost every letter, so like he was coming from a place of hate, and God was able to convert him into someone who loved deeply, so much that he corrected people. He was correcting his brothers and sisters, like, please don't do that. I think he even corrected Peter at one time, right? They're like, whoa, because at one point they were kind of lost, and they were like, and I think that's in Hebrews, where they start practicing the old ways, and he's like, bro, stop doing that.
yeah.
Yeah, he's like, stop doing that. Like, why are you freaking doing that? But in a lot of the books, he says, my beloved, like he comes from a place of love, man. Like my beloved brothers and sisters, do this and that, and he just, man, he went from having blood-soaked hands to just proclaiming love and the faith, and even though like a lot of people, like when they're speaking heresies, they always put, you're about to get a letter from Paul.
That's
right?
funny.
Right?
Yeah.
But in reality, like even though he was stern, he came from a place of love more than anything. I think Paul's letters are really beautiful. He has a lot of beautiful things to say. He also wrote oh shoot, where was it? Wait, did I save it? I don't remember what I was gonna read. In Timothy, in the second letter of Timothy, 2:22, page 1457. 1457.
Right.
So this was another thing that had to do with and this is Paul, talking. Chapter 2, verse 22 says, "So shun youthful passions and aim at righteousness, faith, love, and peace along with those who call upon the Lord from a pure heart." And that's just again, love. Even Paul, who came from a place of hate, ended up finding love, and he's even telling us here, like, our youthful passions. That's the he's talking about the arrogances that we have, like I can do this myself, and I don't need the Lord, right? But he's calling upon us to aim at righteousness, faith, love, and peace. Dang, man, Paul is really cool, dude.
Still is because he's alive.
Oh yeah, he still is. My bad. Because all the saints are alive.
For all of heaven rejoices.
Yes. But yeah, St. Paul is really cool. You know what? I don't think I've ever, at least for, when you choose a saint, I don't think I've ever really seen anybody pick St. Paul for confirmation, right? Dude, he's a saint.
I don't know.
Whoa.
Maybe
Maybe I just need to pay more attention.
San Pablo.
San Pablo. De la, de la letra de San Pablo de los Corintios. The Spanish mass just hits different, dude.
It does.
En aquellos tiempos.
Dang, bro.
Just this is why I prefer English mass. It just, I don't know, it hits different. Yeah. It's all the same words just translated. Yeah. And it just hits different, dude. But yeah, I guess thank you guys again for joining us again for another successful podcast. And remember, subscribe, and subscribe, and enable all notifications on the bottom. And thank you so much. We appreciate everybody who watches our videos. Our numbers are small, but they are mighty, and we're not doing it for the clout or the glory. We're just doing it because we're having a great time, right? We're having a great time doing it, evangelizing, proclaiming the word of the Lord, and giving testimonies. And we're learning too. We're learning. This thing is it's a lifelong journey. It's a lifelong journey. We're not perfect. Thanks to our amazing producer who, when we speak out of line, cuts it, saves our butt from being canceled.
Yeah.
But again, I'm David,
And I'm Ramsey.
and remember, God is always with you, even in the gaps.